Welcome back, everybody, to the A's franchise, where we have this team out in first place to start the season, about 1 month into the season. Today, we're going to get into the month of May, and if we stay playing at this high level, there might be a trade in mind. I've been looking at some different teams and primarily looking for who could actually be the closer for this team if we want to go on a playoff run. Domingo Acevedo's been very good throughout the franchise, but now at 34 years old with his regression, I think it's hard to trust him in that same role on a team that looks to be as good as we are. Right now, we've got one of the best offenses in baseball, producing the second best batting average and the second most runs in the league. Our team ERA now is third in the majors, and we have a very good starting rotation, and our bullpen just has not been used all that often in the first month of the season. Like Aaron Ashby has 26 innings. He pitches a fair amount. Marshall Lerma has 12 innings. But so many of these guys have under 10 and only have made a few appearances. But I do think that the bullpen is the one area where we could look to add somebody. I guess one of the reasons why I don't make trades super early on here is I like to see where we really are as the season settles in. And then if there's any injuries, I think that's the top priority. If somebody gets banged up and you've got to replace them, then you want to use your best tradable prospects to fix that problem over just a reliever. Well, we'll see where this journey takes us, but there is a trade in mind that would cost us a couple good prospects, but we'll get there in due time. Starting off today's episode, let's pick it up with our closer, Domingo Acevedo. And I know the audio is right for this episode, as we'll see if Acevedo can slam the door here on Cincinnati. A one-run game, and the tying run is already aboard. Here's Bo Bichette. Ball one just up. He's getting a pretty big lead over there at first base. There could be a stolen base attempt here. Pitch out, and no attempt to steal. So they're paying attention to the runner over there. 2-1. Grounded foul, and the count's evened up. Third pickoff attempt of the inning. That's 3 attempts. We have a pitch out. So he's got 96 speed there at first base. Acevedo's 2-2 is outside. The count full with Jonathan India on deck. Payoff pitch. Got him looking. Top of the zone at 94. Big second out for Acevedo. And now you can focus primarily on the batter here with 2 down. I wonder if they'll try to steal. Get that runner a hit away from scoring. Off the plate, ball 1. Can someone help me steal these signs? Nearly hit him, and it's 3-0. Fly ball, center field. Don is there and makes the catch as the A's pick up the win, and Domingo Acevedo gets another save. Not a bad outing there. And the A's win their 18th of the year. Acevedo gave up 1 hit, struck out 2, and saved a Michael Soroka victory. So that's just the second save of the year for Acevedo. He also has a pair of blown saves already. And we lose the next day to Cincinnati. All right, so I did the discovery on our scouting for the last week. I did 2 positions. We're not finding many players, but we found someone who's already going to be 45th on our board, and the MLB is just not looking at Marco Orozco. Correct me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, because he's someone that I think we might be really interested in. So he's a righty who mashes lefties, looks to have some upside with his power. He's just a really intriguing prospect. Maybe this discovery is the way to go. I think we're going first base central here on one of our scoutings this week. And then we also discovered Andreas Perez. He's 42nd on our board. So maybe we can go, against the MLB board here and find some intriguing prospects. Arraez is a switch hitter. I'm seeing some potential good fielding and arm strength on day one. The range there is wide, but I'd love to get someone who could play some defense on day one. And he's only 42nd on the board. I'm kind of interested in doing a little more discovery here. We just found two really intriguing players. And Max Clay specializes more in pitching, so show us what you can find now at pitcher. And we're actually going to go with the Central region on this because we have a lot of pitchers in the Central here already on our board. So once we find a few more, we'll get more done scouting that spot. Ooh, Acevedo's in some trouble this time. I don't know if he can get out of this one, guys. So nobody down and runners at the corners. Scott Mize is the batter. He's 9 pitches in, so I'm assuming these are the 2 runners he's let reach base. That's late at 93 on the meatball. So here, again, with runners on, you want to get strikeouts. And he's got him 0-2. On the ground, a run's going to score, and we get a double play. But that's the 3rd blown save now on the year for Acevedo. Acevedo ends the 9th, but now we've got a hit, and we'll see if the A's can pick up another win here. We're going to have Aaron Don facing Garrett Hill. He's already 44 pitches into this outing. We've had some extra inning affairs lately, a long one last episode. We'll see if we get there this time as Don grounds out softly. This guy's been red hot outside of, I guess, this series against the Reds. Arraez had heck of an episode last time out. That was so much fun. Had a massive home run late, a big bases clearing double in extra innings a couple days later. And now we're trying to win this game in walk-off style. He's late. Fly ball left field. That one's going back at the track, and it's caught. Just a couple feet away from winning the game. Down below on the ticker, by the way, the Twins have lost again. When I started this episode, they had a 6-game losing streak. Could there be a pitcher there that I'm interested in with the Twins in last place? Vladimir Guerrero will hit now with 2 down. Just massive splits there, righty to lefty. 150 points favoring right-handed pitchers. Or hitting right-handed pitchers. So I'd be careful if I were Garrett Hill in this case. That ball is getting down in left field, and it's a base knock for Guerrero. He'll be held to a single. So that brings up Tyler Soderstrom, and he's quickly down 0-2. Just missed inside, and the count's even. Did he go? No. Full count. Vladdy's going to leave early. Franmil Reyes is on deck. Payoff pitch from Hill. Hammered to right. Keep it fair. Gone. The A's win it on a walk-off blast for Tyler Soderstrom. It's a soda pop to end it as the A's win again. It's more dramatic this way anyway. Blown save, no problem. Another fantastic win for our Oakland Athletics. Keeping a hold of first place here in the West. So Acevedo's now pitched 10 1/3 innings this season. He is 3-0. We don't want our closer getting wins. That usually means you blew a save and your offense backed you up, like we just saw. 2 saves, 3 blown. I think it's hard to trust him as the closer on a team this good right now. The advanced numbers actually look really good. He's got a very high K per 9. I don't expect it to stay north of 10, but he is down to a 71 overall. We play in a division here that is so competitive that I'm not sure it's wise to wait until the deadline to make a move when every game is gonna matter. I think you have 4 teams here that are playoff caliber. At least right now, we have 4 teams above 500. And we're not used to being in this spot. Is it time for the A's to make the move? When it comes to potential acquisitions, I've seen Devin Williams be suggested as a closer we could pick up. I think Williams would be great. However, I don't want that contract. Our team's budget obviously leaves us a little bit more limited than most teams. We have about $150 million in available budget any given year, and I don't want to spend 10% of that right now on a closer. We're already very close to our budget. So ideally, we'd get a closer who's on a smaller contract or at least has less years remaining. I'd love to have Alexis Diaz, but the Braves tend to be very good here in the series, and I try to make trades with teams that are not very good, teams that make sense to give up players, and the Braves just signed him to a deal that I could have offered. That's not bad at all. I should have given a contract offer to Alexis Diaz. Wow. What about his brother, Edwin Diaz? Well, regression is here. The ratings don't look bad, but I am concerned that he blew 10 saves last year, only saved 24. His ERAs have been trending up. His numbers are not as elite as they once were, but he was on a front-loaded contract, so that makes him an option. A little bit risky, though, at 34 years old. But as I alluded to earlier, I didn't even allude, I just basically said this was the team I was thinking of. The Minnesota Twins. Don't have a closer listed here that I want. They've got Jhoan Duran at 30 years old in the last year of his contract. So we could pick up his current deal and we could add him to our closing role. Now, he's already saved 4 games for the Twins this year. They also have Alex Reyes, who has saved a couple and blown a few more. Eric Gaudio is listed as their closer, and he's only 20 years old, so he's really their closer of the future. And the Twins haven't exactly been putting themselves in position to close very many games this year. The Twins are 10-19. That is tied for the worst record in baseball right now with the New York Mets. Duran is the pitcher that I want to add. He's only 30 years old, so he shouldn't be regressing too much. And if we want to sign him after this year, then we can decide if it makes sense. But there would only be this year under contract, which is both good and bad. Now, if I just run the trade finder, the Twins don't spit out any offers that they like for him. But if I look at some of their weaknesses and try to make a fair trade for them, we can make this work. And by the way, Shea Langoliers, we have some business in the past with Minnesota. Langoliers actually had a decent year last season. When you look at just catcher numbers, he had 14 homers, hit .236. Like, these numbers are not great or anything. Like, he's barely above, a 0 WAR, but he's a starting caliber catcher, and we gave them that. And now this season, it looks like he's turning things up a couple notches. So the Twins know I'm not trying to screw him over here in a deal. I think if we're to try to trade from a position of strength, it's our outfield. You look at Yusniel Cruz, Miguel Cabrera, Aaron Don, Dylan Carlson, Franmil Reyes, Forrest Battle. A lot of good players there. And I think our major league future is pretty much set. I think Luis Crespo is a perfect player for us to look at trading. He's a good contact hitter. He's 21 years old. I don't think he projects to be a superstar, but could easily be a high-quality starter. The Twins want more than Luis Crespo. Looking at a couple other spots, I do think Reggie Rankin is somebody I'd be willing to trade. We have a good present-day third baseman, and then Marco Da Silva is the A potential player at 20 years old. But with Rankin, I like his contact vision discipline combo, so if I could find someone else, that would be preferred. Do we think about trading somebody like Robert Poisson? He is out of options. He's still not having the best success offensively. I think right now his best fit is as a backup infielder. Now, I think Crespo's a pretty significant player here to include in a deal, so ideally, I like to throw in maybe a couple more lower level prospects to see if that would get it done. I'd be okay parting with George Rivera, who's only 18. He's a long way away, but at least he's a decent player to include here in a trade. Twins want a little more than that. I'm okay also including Jonathan Bagley. He's 25, and he's only a 61, so his chances aren't as good as a lot of other prospects. But to me, this is a pretty darn good three-player package to go get a high-level reliever. The Twins would get 3 young players, one who projects as a solid starter, and the other 2 have a chance to also be eventual contributors. And Duran's on the last year of his deal. And we are going to make that trade. Crespo just had a red-hot April, by the way, hitting .356. I just got that notification even though he's not on the team any longer. Because we have acquired Jhoan Duran from the Minnesota Twins. He immediately becomes our highest-rated player on the roster. And to make room for him, we are going to be sending down young reliever Kendrick Haynes, who continues to get hit pretty hard in his major league opportunities, and that spends his second option. Henry Vasquez, by the way, he's going to be taking a trip back down to Double-A because he's had a really rough start to the year. He's either striking guys out or giving up home runs. He's given up 8 in 26 innings. This regression is quite concerning. So I know that was quite a bit to give up for what's essentially a rental, but we are early in the year. It's not like 2 months of a pitcher. It's closer to a full season. And there's a chance we end up re-signing him as well if the numbers don't get too out of control, which they could. But every player we just traded, we have other prospects that would keep them from likely ever contributing for us at any point, other than being bench players. And we win our very next game against the Mariners, giving us a 20-10 start. Domingo Acevedo actually got the save here. Duran had to fly to Oakland. It took a little extra time. I'd like to take you a couple days later. The A's are taking on the Seattle Mariners, and we just had Arraez double home Aaron Don to give us a 1-0 lead in the 8th inning. Let's see if we can tack on one more. We still got Arraez at second base with nobody down. The batter is Vladimir outside. And look who's getting ready. That's grounded up the middle, advancing Arraez for the first out. And that ball is flied to left into foul ground, and Arraez, is he going to take off? It looks like he did, and he is safe. And the A's take a 2-0 advantage. So let's move on to the 9th inning, everybody. And making his Oakland A's debut, Jhoan Duran. Julio Rodriguez is the first batter he will face. Say hello, everybody, to our new closer. Inside with the curveball. Do not throw the curve. We know Duran can hit like 104. There's no reason to throw that right now. And there it is at 101. He's got a nasty fastball. And there's the splitter that he likes to throw as well. 2 strikes on Rodriguez. Missed outside. Did he go? Didn't look like it. 3-2. And he missed low. Duran throws some serious heat, but at times he does struggle to locate it. Leadoff walk for Julio Rodriguez, and now Brandon Drury with a fastball in there. That's fouled, and now 0-2. Got him with the 12-6. Duran picks up his first strikeout with the A's, and there's one down. Bringing up Oscar Gonzalez. Grounded. Gelof's got it. Out at second, double play, and Duran picks up his first save with Oakland. 21 victories on the year. Still in first place. That's 5 saves on the year for Duran. I'm excited to see how things come together now. I think this was the one thing we certainly had to do. And we'll see if any other weaknesses show up at any point. I think we've got ourselves a real good team. Starting May pretty strong, and we clinch a series victory against the Royals. Another 14-hit performance, 11 runs, that's just on 1 homer. This team does not need the long ball to blow you out, that's for sure. I'm actually really excited to check out scouting here because of the discovery. So we discovered 4 more pitchers, it looks like, this week. We got 2 starters here. Sheldon Roach, who is 104 on our board. Looks like not great with strikeouts, doesn't allow a lot of walks. We might check him out a little bit further. Chance Morris, so he's not ranked. So not everybody here we discover is going to be great. But we do have 2 more relievers who are also unranked at this time. So maybe that wasn't the best week of discovery. But we did find 1 player who will go on the board. But let's go to the other positions where we had discovered players that we didn't know about before, didn't know they existed. Marco Orozco. So now we're seeing him still show that elite upside against lefties. The power upside also looks pretty good. You want that at first base. And you don't need great defense there, but he might actually be a decent defender. He might be. Then at right field, Andreas Perez is number 100 on the board, a switch hitter. Again, the defense was somewhat intriguing. Not that it would be great, but it might not be terrible. But now offensively, we're seeing a little less upside, and that his starting overall, might be really, really low. So we're going to start doing a little individual scouting here from time to time as well, trying to get a good idea of who we can maybe take in the first round. We're going to scout Gerald Landis, a starting pitcher here from New York. He's a lefty. I'd like to get more lefties in this rotation. He just looks like he could be really well-rounded, but a little bit lower velocity guy, and that's fine. Ooh, Duran protecting a 1-run lead. This one looks like it's not quite going as well as you'd like. So Duran, with 2 on, he's only thrown 2 pitches. Also, a run already scored this inning, so that doesn't match up with him allowing all of that at all. According to the box score, Duran's only allowed the runner at first to reach. So he didn't start the 9th inning for some reason in a 2-run game like he should have. So it's not really a clean save attempt, basically. Strike 3 on Pasquantino. Alejandro Kirk is here with the Royals now. 1 gone. 12-6 in there, trying to get that ground ball double play again. Nice, 12-6. He's got him 1-2. Twins lost again, by the way. They're not playing great baseball down there. 1-2. Jammed. 101 on the hands. Got him! What a curve! He's using that over his overpowering fastball, and he struck out the first 2 here that we've seen. And now he's just got to get one more to close it. I'm amazed at, like, how many different, like, clothing variants they have for the fans in the stands. Like, there's so many different, like, Royals shirts or sweatshirts. Strike two. Went back to the fastball that time. Got him looking. Duran strikes out the side and closes it up for Oakland. This is one of those games where if you don't have a closer like Duran, I'm not sure you save the game like this. The Oakland Athletics are now 24-11, and we own the best record in baseball. So why don't we jump into a game against the team with the second best record here in the American League, the New York Yankees. And welcome to Yankee Stadium, everybody. This should be a good one. We have not played a lot of matchups like this where we got two of the best teams and we're one of them. And we're going to see Luis Severino take on Joe Michael. Could it be a potential playoff preview? Too early to say, but these are the two top teams right now in the American League. And we'll see if we can hook some deep balls out to the right field porch. Aaron Don leads off, hitting .248, which is a little bit low for him. And that's lined right to short and speared for out number one. Arraez is back to hitting over 300, and he's got 6 homers on the season. That's a pretty good start. Keeps him on pace, I think, with what he's done with us in this series. Chopped up the first base side, and covering, Severino gets too quick. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting .319 with 6 home runs. His numbers, along with Arraez, are really similar. Missing 3 straight. Soderstrom's on deck. This is a green light count here. 3-0 from Severino. I wanted it. Up the middle, base hit center field. Guerrero reaches. Soderstrom out to right. I'm going to call it. He hits a home run sometime in this game. I don't know when. He's got 7 homers to lead the team right now. Hitting .255. And that ball is crushed. There it is. Deep to center. Gone, a home run. 447 feet. The A's take a 2-0 advantage. Well, I was right. I thought it would be to right field, though. He wanted to show off a little extra muscle. It's Tyler Soderstrom who gives a 2-0 lead to Joe Michael. Michael comes in actually with a little cold streak. In his last start, he got roughed up in the first couple innings, giving up 4 in the first 2 against the Mariners. I was doing some quick manage games because I was trying to get us to the first save attempt for Duran, and Michael had a bad start when I was going through that. So he could use a spot to get back on track. Strike 1 to Oswald Peraza. I'm interested in how this Yankees lineup has changed over the years. Strike 2 with the 2-seamer. And he got him with a wild swing. And that was the sweeper for strike 3. Anthony Volpe hitting .238. 99 in there. 4 pitches, 4 strikes for Joe. Going change up. Just off the plate. Popped him up. Behind the mound. 2 gone. So you've got Aaron Judge, a massively struggling Matt Chapman, Gleyber Torres, Kevin Parada, Ryan McMahon's down there. I saw he was on a cold streak. But here is Aaron Judge. There's the curveball for strike one. Against Judge, you'd like to rely a little bit less on your fastball. There's the changeup on a massive cut. 2 strikes. And rolled over to Geloff. Flips it across, and we're through the first. Here is Dylan Carlson, who's had a recent power surge. 6 homers? Where did that come from? Carlson actually playing much better offensively for us. 2 homers away from 100 in his big league career. Wouldn't be a bad spot to get closer. But Severino has him 0-2. Got a piece. Not that time. It's strike 3. And Zach Geloff is hitting .219. He's struggling a lot more offensively this season. He's normally someone that hits for a much better average. Let's take a look at his stats over the years. 279, 277, so far below his career batting average on base and slugging. Just not quite playing great right now, and maybe that can get us a few more chances for Max Muncy to play, because he doesn't get many chances on our bench. Oof, that was bad on my part. Maybe you can work him back to his usual form by platooning him against lefties, giving him a bit of a rest against righties for a while. 1-2. Fought that off. And now works it full. 3-2. And he draws a walk, coming back from the 0-2 start. We did our damage in the first with 2 gone. And here's Josh Baez, who has 3 homers, hitting .242 with 12 RBIs on the season. Still hasn't taken a massive step. Busted the bat, and the inning is wrapped up. Matt Chapman's hitting 107. And, all right, that's pretty unlucky on his part there. 3 hits. So it's not like he has a ton of at-bats. That's probably like a 3 for 30 or 3 for 29. And if he's 0-2 against Joe Michael, it might go further down. Got him! 98 on the outside edge. And there's a strike at 99. We're ahead of the 6th hitter, Kevin Pareda. 1-2. And that one is strike 3. He went around. 2 great innings to start the day for Joe Michael. Top 3, and we've got dead ball Don. Ooh, could not turn on the cutter. Hey, we had early timing, though. That was right where it had to be. 0-2 off the plate. And a drive out towards center field, hit pretty well. But he's a couple years away from muscling any of those out to the track. 2-0 to Luis Arraez. Ooh, that was a good one there. Usually Arraez gets at least a hit off of that. Early timing again. We're in a better spot there. Just got to keep it up. I'm not going to do it here, but I'm looking at that third baseman. I could totally bunt for a hit, even with Arraez. But 3-2. We'll walk instead. We got Vladimir Guerrero now, quickly down 0-2. And gone looking, strike 3. Got kind of confused in that at-bat, but here is Tyler Soderstrom, who already gave us a 2-run shot to center field. That one is up. Wow, his energy is way down, 50 pitches. I guess that's not too out of the ordinary, but felt like it was early. As he misses inside. Severino was my ace in the Rockies franchise, and we had so many awesome starts with him. He looks a lot better in purple over pinstripes, if we're being honest. 2-2 on Soderstrom. Ooh, that's going the other way, but playable to end the inning. Michael only needed 19 pitches to get the first 6 outs. On his 20th pitch, he gets his 7th. Losing his touch here against Ryan McMahon, the lefty. Yeah, when I have these like callbacks to guys who did well in the Rockies franchise as McMahon singles, it's like never anybody who started on the team because I couldn't develop any of them successfully. Just didn't work. But McMahon's on. Kyle Isbell takes a changeup away. I don't know. This lineup doesn't feel like it's a second, best lineup in the AL caliber. Couple standout players, nothing overwhelming. I'd rather pitch to them than pitch to us. Strike 3 on Isbell. He went around on that one. Michael's got Peraza 0-2. Jam towards right center. Carlson wants it. Finishes up the third. With 2 gone, we got Carlson here hitting. Only 3 combined hits thus far. Severino really making just 1 mistake.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Out in front of the cutter, and we're behind. And that one is skied into the camera well area. Just out of reach. Trying to catch up to those inside pitches. Already approaching 70 pitches is Severino. And this is flied out to left field. Going back. But caught for the 3rd out, and we're through 4. Or 3.5. Reaching out for that one. 0-2. Would like to throw him one in the dirt here. Ooh, that's a perfect curve. But if he already expanded his zone once, I like him to do it again. Strike 3. There's 100 from Joe Michael for the 5th strikeout of the day. And then our approach against Judge is different than against any other hitter here. I'm going to throw the curveball. If he hangs one, it's going to be trouble, but pitch him differently. Give me that strike. I'm willing to throw fastballs inside. That one didn't quite go inside, but it's 2-2. Going back off speed now. And he got him! Strike 3 on Judge. Yeah, Michael's feeling it here. Curveballs on point, changeups on point. This is one of those games where you really got his full arsenal to play with. And it's just unfair. Chapman 1-1. Another untouchable curveball from Joe Michael. And the slump continues for the former A's 3rd baseman. Strike 3. Sunsets in the show look pretty cool. I love the day, not really a day-night cycle, but like the progressive time. That's rolled off the mound, and at short, it's Volpe for the 1st out. Ooh, got one there. Baez out in front of it. Could see Severino still go 6 innings because he hasn't allowed very many hits. But already 75 pitches. Falling behind Josh Baez. Deadball Don's got 5 homers. That's pretty impressive. And Baez walks. And that'll bring up Aaron Don. 724 OPS. And Severino's pretty much out of gas right now. This should be his last inning, actually. Missing inside to Don. Garrett Cole's in the pen? What's going on here? Why do I have to face potentially Garrett Cole in the bullpen? Don, dead ball to right. I mean, that's a near perfect swing on a fastball. 73 off the bat. Dead ball Don. I'm going to keep calling him that until he gets his muscle up a little bit. 79 pitches in. Arraez takes a tough slider. See, whenever they go to the slide step delivery there, like, I've seen 79 pitches either from the stretch or the windup regularly. And then that one is the first one you throw against me, I can't hit it. Arraez down the line, hooking, and caught. As Severino puts up another 0. Meanwhile, you got Joe Michael, who's only at 44 pitches. He's throwing strikes when he wants to. He has not walked anybody yet. He has not hit anybody either. He's been pitching from ahead most of the day. Softly to Sweeney. And the former Yankee gets him. Nice stretch by Vladdy. Don't hurt yourself, though. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Swinging way too late. Changeup, though, gets left up, and it's a base hit to right. That curveball, man, is going right where we need to, at least from like a height standpoint. Back-to-back curves at the knees. 0-2. Grounded. Geloff starts it. We got one because he threw him off the bag. Should have ended the inning. Geloff threw a good feed to Arraez, but Arraez is not the most consistent thrower. So that extends the inning. Hammered left center. Baez long run. He won't get it. And it looks like they'll send the runner home, and he will score. The error costs the A's on a 2-out double for Ryan McMahon. That's some good power. McMahon, I think he does have good lefty-lefty ratings. He did a couple years ago in the show, I'm pretty sure. That's what Aaron Don needs to do. Imagine Don doing that, having the ability to do that. Line to center. Don takes care of it, but now he got a one-run game. Wait a minute, they didn't charge Arraez with an error? Why? It was a terrible throw. So they do take out Severino. Luis Gil's in. Ooh, no. That was bad. Very bad. Really curious about Garrett Cole, though. Like, is he just not a starter anymore? Like, clearly he's in the bullpen, but are you telling me he's not good enough to still start? Regression doesn't hit that hard in this game. Foul that one back. That was a little bit late. And he does it again with a drive to right field. Soda pop number 3 in the episode and second in this game. He's got 9 to lead the team. Might have ourselves a new home run leader this season. That was a slider that was middle of the plate. Height-wise, anyway. Right in the wheelhouse there for a lefty with any kind of power. Yeah, we're in his head now. Catcher didn't even touch that one. 2-0 on Franmil Reyes. Oh, boy. A walk to Reyes. Still one gone here in the 6th. I have a feeling we could see Garrett Cole before too long. Trey Sweeney. Ooh, that's down the line. Clearly foul. Now I think we're late at 98. 2 strikes. Chase the changeup. Just missed that one with Carlson. Ooh, that one sounded nice. But it wasn't even close. More very earlies than I usually get. Called strike 3. And we'll go bottom 6. But Soderstrom gives us a 2-run lead. He's got 2 of our 3 hits. Top of the order for New York. Michael's only at 55 pitches. Fastball is going pretty much right where I want it. Got him. Chasing the curveball. Another strikeout. That's into center. Drops in front of Don. That'll bring up Judge representing the tying run. That wasn't a bad pitch either. He just poked that one into center field. Aaron Judge. Runner goes. Judge misses, and he's in easily at second base. RBI chance for Judge. Inside. 2-1. There's a big cut, but strike 2. Michael overpowers him for strike 3. 9 strikeouts of the Yankees. Chapman, 2 of those. Ooh, that was his worst curveball. And Chapman swings through a changeup to fall behind. Base hit left field, hit sharply. Runner holds at third on a perfect throw by Baez. Chapman's in the hit column. And the Yankees now looking to tack on at least 1. Gleyber Torres. Strike, he went around. Another one on the inside corner. That curveball has never been thrown better by Joe Michael. Nearly got him. That's right where the fastball was. Popped him up. Geloff into foul ground. And the inning comes to an end. A win in this game should give us a 4-game advantage in the division. Good slider. Popped him up. Just can't get a lot of offense going unless the batter is Tyler Soderstrom. Don down the line and foul. Actually hit that one pretty hard. Now behind 0-2. Way upstairs. And a drive hit out to right center field. Judge is back, and it's gone! Aaron Don, number 6. 355 out to right center field. 3rd homer for Oakland, and a 3-run advantage. Oh, it's a different Garrett now. All right, I don't know where Cole is, but Garrett Clevenger is going to come in. So now they're going to counter our lefties with one of their own. That was ugly. See how it goes for him. And he hits him right on the elbow. Right where the elbow pad is. That's into left center field, and it drops in for a base hit. Not done here in the 7th. Because we got this guy at the plate now. Tyler Soderstrom with 2 home runs already. And now they got the lefty-lefty matchup, hoping to finish off the top of the 7th. Wanted that one. Strike 1. And now got him 2-2 out in front of that slider. Kind of swinging at everything like it's fastball speed right now. And now we make the correction, but it is foul. And now late. Left field, coming in, inning over. But the A's tack on a little bit more on a big home run from Aaron Dawn. Meanwhile, Joe Michael's only at 74 pitches, and this could be an opportunity to go complete. Although if we get to the 9th inning, especially facing the heart of their order, we might make a move. They have a lot of good right-handed hitters, and we might pitch Duran if it's a save opportunity. Guerrero! Nicely done. Good concentration. Michael looking for his 10th strikeout. 1-2. Not there. But what pitch has been reliable for us today? 2-2. Curveball, grounded softly. 2 gone. McMahon, meanwhile, he's 2 for 2. He's been their best hitter today. And he's driven in their only run. Now he pops up. Law of averages, Ryan. Not my fault. 42,000 in attendance tonight to watch the Soderstrom show. 2-0 on Franmil Reyes. I have not yet hit a home run with him. And the wait's going to continue, but that ball was scorched to center. About as impressive as a single can get. And we're going to have Miguel Cabrera pinch run for him. Maybe hit if that spot comes up again. Sweeney airs this out to center as we finally timed up the fastball. But it's out number 1. And we got Geloff here facing a lefty. Otherwise, I'd probably pinch hit for him. Cabrera goes. And Geloff launches it out to left center field. Going back and run down right in front of the wall. Oh boy, we got a drive out to center. Dawn has it measured though, and it's out number 1. Up the middle, and Peraza has a base hit. That's a couple hit pretty hard. We're going to get a couple guys warm now. I want to get Sims up. So Duran probably pitched the previous day, but still would have him pitch this in all likelihood. Especially if they can get a run here. The question, though, is do we want Michael facing Judge again? Strike 2. Lifted to right center. Carlson coming in. 2. Because here's Judge. 0 for 3. With a runner on. Is it better here to use a righty to end the inning? We are going to make the move. Michael's had a couple hit hard here. The command isn't quite what it was. He hasn't really been getting strikeouts for a few innings. So Landon Sims is asked to pitch to Aaron Judge. Because now we can do that right-on-right slider. And it gets him 2 strikes. Grounded. Arraez ends the inning. And we'll take this lead into the 9th. Threw him 3 sliders in a row. Nailed the spot on all 3 of them. One more at-bat for Aaron Dawn here in the 9th. That's going to right field. Caught by Judge. Base hit. Right back up the middle, Luis Arraez. And he popped up. Over at first, catch is made, and we'll go bottom 9. And we are going to make the change with Duran. 7 of 7 on save attempts. And now I get a chance to play with him for the first time, I think, ever. I don't play anything with the Twins, my favorite team. 103 there. So this is my first time getting to play with him. Splitter is in there at 94. 0-2. Ooh, got a piece. Took the curve and we're even. Got him! Clipped the inside edge. 103 from Duran. What I've noticed watching Duran over the years he's been the Twins closer is he gets a lot of those calls on pitches that are probably just a little bit outside, should be called a ball, but with his velocity, he ends up getting a lot to go his way. Strike 3 on Torres, 2 down. (102). And the slider makes it an 0-2 on Pareda. And that'll do it. Duran strikes out the side and closes another one for the A's. And he's now 8 for 8, 3 for 3 in an A's uniform. And the Oakland Athletics are one of the best teams to start this season. Soderstrom is your player of the game. Joe Michael, 9 strikeouts and 7 2/3. In a very smooth victory. 25-11 is quite a start. We're 8-2 over our last 10, and we've won 5 in a row. 8-5 in our division. Tyler Soderstrom's got 9 homers, and after him, you've got 5 guys with 6. Out-homering Franmil Reyes, who has 5. Miguel Vargas is doing an outstanding job, albeit he's platooning against lefties, but that's what he's really good at. Guerrero, Arraez, Reyes, Cabrera, they're all having good starts to the year. Ashby already has 6 victories. He's been lights out in the bullpen. That's awesome. 6-1? How do you have 6 victories out of the bullpen already? That's so, fluky. Joe Michael had himself a good start. He went from cold to hot in 1 game. Good to see. Soroka's been lights out. Wolbachuk looks like he's struggling here a bit lately. What do the advanced numbers say? They say don't panic. Gunnar Hoagland's been pretty good too. He's our highest WAR pitcher right now, and he's our 5th starter. Have we finally put the pieces together this year? Yusniel Cruz is still at AAA waiting for his chance. Power going down a little bit right now. Julian Rodriguez is back and is off to a strong start offensively, getting his power up a little bit. Marco Da Silva's a 63. Manny Reyes, last year's first-round pick, already has 7 homers. 975 OPS. Forrest Battles hitting 309 with 3 homers. There's an awful lot to like with this team right now. And we'll try to keep it up. 36 games in, we're the best team in baseball. And that's where we're going to end things today, everybody. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel. What do you think of the move to go get Duran? Is there anything else we should look at doing with this roster? I'll catch you all in the next episode shortly. Have a great day. See you then.